I heard an alarming shriek that had the pitch of an active smoke detector. There at my feet was my mother lying towards her mother's grave, sobbing. My grandmother, Eleanor Leonard, who I had called Grandmama, had been a Renaissance woman. Gone at only 72 years old, she had led an elegant life. Being the brilliant and generous person that she was, Eleanor had created the Music Festival of the Hamptons, a not-for-profit organization that was created for the benefit of emerging artists. Above all, she was the best grandmother anyone could ever have, and she could not have loved me more. She treated me like a princess. For instance, she bought a beach house in the Hamptons and would take me there on vacation every summer. She lived a beautiful, healthy life until we found out she had pancreatic cancer. Painfully and gradually, she deteriorated. My mother stayed by her side every step of the way. Unfortunately, I was so frightened of Grandmama's impending death that I stayed away from her as much as possible in order to avoid feeling any type of grief. She was in hospice and peacefully died in her sleep. She passed away as gracefully as she had lived. I remember the moment I found out she was gone. I was in my room at her house and saw my mother come up the elevator, sobbing. I was devastated, confused, and frustrated, for I had never gotten to properly say goodbye to my grandmother. I was so disappointed in myself for straying away from someone who had just slipped out of my hands. Out of her misery and in a better place, my grandmother had been buried in a Jewish cemetery in South Florida. There, every year on the anniversary of her death, my mother and I visit and place rocks on her tombstone. We leave them there to mark our visits and symbolize our time spent with Eleanor's spirit. Now, we find her in the number 11, the sign of the angels. She will never be forgotten and will always remain in our hearts.